Hello everyone. I still need to get started so far, but so oh, cool. This is I need to get the live stream up. Again, YouTube doesn't want me to view. Oh no, it's there. Okay, cool. Let me get this. Let me try to share the stream. Excuse me. I'm gonna let my friends know. Oh wait, I got some news. I also gotta deal with some stuff, but like, before we get started. So recently, I think Tenacity got a bit of a we kind of got a bit of, I guess, some momentum a little bit. So I think that's good. So yeah, I'm just like talking and looking at my phone at the same time, to be honest. Okay, now let me actually log in for a quick sec, if you will. Okay, but about what happened with Tenacity, nothing bad. Actually, if anything, it's kind of a little good thing. So there was okay. Excuse me. Okay, so now that we got all that situated, ooh, looks like we got some viewers already. Where's the chat? Live chat. I bet. Welcome to the 2 viewers. I'm still getting ready. I gotta log into Codebug actually, so let me go do that. So, what happened over the Fediverse? If you know, you know. Otherwise, well, let's teach you. Tell you. I'm kidding. Well, I guess I could teach you what happened. So, what ended up happening... So, there was this one person who... actually, hold up a sec. I gotta... Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. I thought... I didn't get my password for a sec. Alright. So... So, there was this one person who... wanted to contribute to Audacity, right? And so there was an issue with Audacity's spectrogram code where there was an out of bounds issue, right? If you know anything about an out of bounds issue, you know that's bad. It means you either accessed or wrote something to memory that was not yours. And C and C++ do not have any protections against that. Well, C++ has some safeguards, but it's not foolproof. I mean, you can still shoot yourself in the foot, but you can take the whole leg off. I stole that from, I think, the creator of C++, by the way. I don't want to butcher the name on stream. I might later. I don't know if we want to talk more about that. But, okay, so, back to the point. Oh, looks like my cat's going to use his litter box. So, ultimately, so they went to go fix it, right? Cool. They went to go fix it. And then what ultimately happened, so they submitted the pull request, right? Then they submit the pull request. Turns out Audacity has GitHub Copilot enabled on their repo. Oh boy. You can see where this is going. So the poll ultimately... Oh, let me actually test latency a quick sec. I want to see how latent this is. I don't know, because I have it set on ultra low latency. I don't know. Anyways, so ultimately, yeah, if, okay, so, sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. So ultimately, they submitted the pull request. GitHub Copilot is enabled on the Audacity repo, and guess what Copilot basically does? So the code it suggested just recommends providing the fix. It basically undoes the fix, and that angered them enough to the point where, well, that angered them. That upset them basically. And it wasn't once, but like multiple times that Copilot suggestions. Now, what ended up also happening was apparently one of a former contributor of Tenacity took note. I responded under the Tenacity account because I also control the Tenacity Fediverse account, Tenacity Mastodon account, whatever you want to call it. And so I decided with someone saying, "Hey, I mean, not a self promo, but proceeds to self promo." I'm kidding. Yeah, and then ultimately, okay, so then. Yeah, we then get them interested and they decide to actually submit they then submit their fix to Tenacity. So we actually got a fix, I guess, before Audacity did. Because we don't have any AI over at Codebug, and yeah. Now it actually turns out 37 minutes ago here they actually got a new fix as well. Which is actually something I've been seeing. In fact, actually, I think I can reproduce this on stream. I meant to get to it, but there were other issues that I wanted to get to at the moment. So let's actually just go ahead. Let me get the latest build, and then we'll go ahead and start. But that's not what we're here to discuss. We're actually here more for the. Hopefully, I want to see if we can somehow complete the Matroska export, actually. So, well, at least get it working to some degree. Okay, so, here's the issue. Alright, it's showtime. Cool, so, so this is Tenacity. Oh, I got KeyPass XC open in the background. Okay, so, right, now, what happens with the bug is, okay, let me actually first just kind of create, not a new project, but like, create a track, empty project. Oh, well, these are Tenacity tests, and you know what, let me just open, because I don't quite want to show my files. These are just Tenacity tests. Oh, that's the, yeah, I'm working on a video, actually, believe it or not, but I want to go to, Tenacity tests. And I have a bunch of different like files I use just to test Tenacity with. It's probably way overkill, but screw it. Yeah, so okay, so this is the bug that they're gonna look at. So yeah. It's basically this. Oh, actually failed. That could be another. Oh, no more rows available. Okay, so it's an issue. Yeah, so basically that was the that was the issue. I'm not done yet setting up things still. I have 2 records. I don't know why. And yeah, basically oh, they have a screenshot attached too, and yeah, you guys just saw it on screen also. The session failed. Okay, so what do they do? So if it's not empty, they go, okay, cool. Yet another bug fixed. This is, the more people that can contribute to Tenacity, the better, and it just honestly makes, it just feels nice that people are contributing because, you know, it helps push the project forward. So let me just approve this real quick. Okay, I shall approve. No response, no worries. Screenshot attachment selecting multiple files. Cool. I mean, I honestly would have not. I probably would have gone to it later because I'm trying to get the Matroska exporter situated. Oh, Tenacity's still running. Yeah, don't save that project. Go ahead and pull, and yeah. So yeah, that's the second fix actually. If by any chance you somehow see this stream now after the fact, I just want to thank you for the fix. Yeah. All right. Now let's get situated. VS Code. Oh, I do want to stream to PeerTube at some point also, but the instance I chose is unfortunately, I guess, currently capped out on live streams or whatever, so that's okay. Alright, so first off, let's actually update this branch if needed, which I think it's up to date. Okay, we're gonna also rebase on the latest rebase branch. Excuse me. Yeah, then. Alright. Alright, so we should be golden. Alright, let's get on to it. Up. There we go. That glitch happens. I don't know why, but anyways. Alright, so what we're gonna be doing in this live stream is we're gonna continue on with why do I have two? Hey, you know what? Okay. Yeah, I kind of already began working on this. But yeah, what we're gonna do tonight, is we're gonna work on the export, on the Matroska export processor, on the actual bit for, that actually drives the export code and all that. So I know we got all like the different, we have our different utilities and then the stuff from last time that we did. So yeah, let's just go ahead and proceed with, yeah, we don't need, all that as of now. So one of the things I noticed about all the different export processors is that they have this like context, this anonymous struct named context, or this instance of an anonymous struct named context, I guess, or something. So, and I guess I think the main purpose of this is because an export processor, okay, let's start from here. An export processor does only two things. It does initialization, and it does the actual processing. Initialization sets up the it basically sets up everything, gets everything ready to actually run the export and all. I mean, a short time later, will the process member function be called. So then process, well, self-explanatory, it does the actual processing. See, I don't exactly know where to stop, like where to draw the line between initialization and then the actual processing, because, oh, it's actually on main. So source export, and then export, what's it, export MKA, of course. I don't know, I had a bike ride today and that was intense. Yeah, because like previously, I think everything was like previously in the prior Tenacity code base, everything was just simply done in the export function. That would also kind of do the setup and then the actual initialization as well. Now that's been split into two, so I'm just gonna be copying code from this member function. Kind of. We're gonna like just follow along with this, and we're gonna like make sure that this is we're gonna try to actually, at least, I don't know what to say, we're gonna try to plan this out as we go, I guess. So the first thing that we did, I already split this up. So the first thing we want to do is we want to read our preferences and just kind of store the given information. That's that's like, I think, the first thing we want to do, so that we know, like, okay, these are the preferences. Let's store these. We got these done first and out the way, because then later on they possibly could influence, because we have to write to the file, and I think it's okay if we just start writing to the file for the initialization, and then we go ahead, set up the processing, and then boom, we just go ahead and do that. So yeah, then I decided, alright, next up we're gonna set the file for export. Now, I don't exactly know why we standard IO callback. This, according to this class is currently private to the library, so there's no Matroska export, but apparently it works anyways. So I don't know if I should refactor that or what. I'm not the one who wrote the Matroska export. I'm just the one trying to port it. I guess we could use like an OF stream or like an F file or what. I don't know. But I'm just, later on, I guess I can discuss that or something. So, okay, so then, yeah, basically the first thing is reading the preferences, all that stuff, all the values, settings, whatever. Second, alright, set up the file. Now, I have this as like a little pointer. I don't know if does this throw, by any chance? I don't really have the source code with me though, but I guess it's safe to say, because this is all this code here is in the try block, so I think it's safe that we probably want to put it all in the try block or something. But unless we refactor it to use like a C++ standard class instead, I don't think, does it really actually matter? Can we just do that instead? Oh, no. Okay, because it's EBML head, let's take a look at this class. Oh, well, the way libeBML does things is a bit interesting. So you don't necessarily have, I guess, a direct class or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so I guess this is kind of the file writing that we do. Well, wait, then set up the mixer. Well, we set up the file for export, and then I guess we set up the mixer. But where's the mixer? I mean, oh no, the mixer, I think you probably, do we want that to be the last thing created? And also, I'm gonna be using like a bit of, I'm gonna rely, I think, probably a bit heavily on references. So I think I was looking at this, because I think this, oh wait, no, this is initialized. I just went straight to process, because I think we do, what we do here is we just go ahead, start the process, I think at some point. Oh, that's the last thing we do, I guess. And what it does, I think it does write into the file first, and then the rest to do, which currently we return false. Finally set up the mixer, and then that'll be the last thing that we do. I know we're gonna have to write some info, so what we do, oh, this is set metadata, which I think, we don't have set metadata in an export processor. It's again like a very basic class, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, let's see, export processor is, yeah, initializing process, and that's it. And it's not derived from anything else. It's a pretty lightweight class, really. I mean, in terms of member functions and everything, I guess. So yeah. So then we have initialize bit depth pref, keep bit depth pref, a bit of a tongue twister, and then I make absolute get full path. Okay. That better not throw anything. We can actually look at the source code or something like that. So EBML. No, it'd actually be under like SLC source. So standard IO callback. Oh no, there it is. So It can assert. It can throw. Okay, well, so it is possible it can throw. And it uses F open under the hood, so I guess what we can do is put that in a try block. And then what were the different things that it caught? I have to put the catch all the way down here. The CRTO or bad outlock. Those are the ones it catches, I guess. I don't know exactly where it gets a CRTO though. What can throw a CRTO? I'm not sure, but this. I don't know. I'm just gonna try to stick to the original code for now. Later we can probably handle that in a try block or something, but for now I'm just gonna stick to the original. So then, what is the information that we write? So, alright, we set up the file, we initialize progress. Well, we don't do that in the initialization bit. So okay, so then you get the so then we just do this. Context.mka file .get. Well, actually, no, you don't. That just about does it. Okay, so then let's also fix this indentation. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Oh. Yeah, that should, I think, work. Alright, so then we just go ahead and write information to the file. For metaseek. Auto segment size, file segment byte head, MK file 5. So some space. I think the first what it does is set up the header. You know, I think this sets up the header. If I'm not mistaken, if it looks, these fields look like it's setting up a header. And then we'll go with this next. So then let's try stuff like this. Okay. Project. And then we just gotta, because those are no longer pointers. Project wait, I think. Not sure what that could be, but it's probably like. Try to figure out what it is. There we go. Oh, oops. Oops. Wait, what? No, wait, what the? Why do we get the rate? We get the project rate, but at the same time, aren't we? No. Oh wow. I didn't. I didn't realize this in the previous exporting interface it didn't actually provide you with the sample rate. Okay, so then this makes this obsolete actually. I could use context.rate, but I'm not very certain after all. Oh, I don't think we need that after all then. To proceed, okay, so then we got that. Then finally, just going down as we need. So we got then my infos. I assume this is more metadata stuff. Wait, this file segment. Wait, reserve some space. Go ahead, just do context.mk file. Okay, so then, alright, to W string. Good. Where the hell is to W string? Looks like we got something. I don't exactly know what the 2W string could also be possibly coming out of. Code conversions, I guess. Loop strings. There's absolutely no code conversions. What the hell? Oh, because it's in lib string utils, not strings. That gets me. Alright, so then, oh, nope. Okay, so then, it's this one. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so it's actually like, oh, it does standard, string, it looks. Because we could just do like code conversions then. Okay. This, it says it ain't being used. Oh. No worries. Let's just do that. Context.mk. I feel like I'm sneezing. Dang it. Okay. I did not sneeze, unfortunately. It went away. Let's see. Looks like we got 3 viewers now. Yay. Welcome. I'm gonna also do this. Just so that it's a bit more readable. That's, I guess, part of my coding style. Excuse me. Okay, so. Oh, yeah, an S-man. Because that's kind of what we do. Okay, because we did have that, and it. I mean, that's maybe what we could do, I guess. Because it sees that, so you know what? Maybe that's what we want to do. And then the rest is just kind of dealing with adding stuff. I don't think we need to do that. I think that's probably already handled somewhere else. What am I making? I am working on something called Tenacity. Now, if you know about the Audacity controversy, so that's basically what Tenacity came out of. Because in 2021, Audacity was bought by Muse Group. Muse Group attempted to add telemetry, and they backed off their original proposal, and then they added a desktop privacy notice, which a lot of people also didn't like either. So then, that's kind of how Tenacity was born. I mean, then it also got into its own drama with naming and all, but here we are, and I somehow became involved, and I'm gonna try to explain this all in an upcoming video, but it's it needs some time to materialize. I don't know where to put this S-WAN, to be honest. I guess I can also put it in the constructor as well, you know what? But of export processor. Because you know what? Well, should it be export processor? Nah, you know what? Actually, I could just put... It wouldn't hurt to just really, like... I don't think it hurts to really put it in initialize, right? Let's try putting it there. And specifically what I'm doing with Tenacity right now is I am actually working on porting the Matroska exporter, its Matroska exporter over to... I'm working on porting that to a new code base, because I'm rebasing Tenacity off the latest version of Audacity, and I've previously shown that before, but I think you'll get to see it again. Excuse me. So, yeah, this was originally in the... Okay, so that should be okay. I'm not gonna worry about the shuttle GUI stuff. That's either already handled or like whatever. We just need to focus on like export. Now the real challenge is, unless someone gets it before me, which I'm actually kind of hoping someone will, but I don't know if anyone would. The thing is that really the dynamic compressor that we have, let me actually show that real quick. So Tenacity actually has its own dynamic compressor. Well, it's actually not. It's not gonna be in this version. I don't know why. I like to use the latest development version because it has so many new features. Compared to this version of Tenacity, which is like based on an older version of Audacity, really. So we go to help. No, obviously not help. We generate noise effect dynamic compressor. The thing here though, dynamic compressor. So this is Tenacity's dynamic compressor. The problem is that effects have drastically changed under the hood since Tenacity was forked, and I mean much so that I think this has to be rewritten. But I don't want to drop it because it actually looks awesome. I mean, you got two graphs. You can compress based on peak amplitude or RMS if you want. It's your choice. You got look ahead time, hold time, release, attack, threshold, ratio, knee width, output gain. Compress stereo channels independently of each other. It is the algorithm, I think, though, like it I know it is split, I guess, into like a 4-stage pipeline is what I've also read about it. So we can try to get to that. Maybe if I do have to end up doing it, maybe I'll also get to doing that as well. But you know what? I just hope it goes well. But yeah, it's just basically the Matroska exporter and then the dynamic compressor, the two major things. I'm not gonna do the themes as a like prerequisite before I merge everything back into main. That's because I want to rewrite the theme system, and I know what I want to do with that. Maybe I can stream that another time, but I just want to get all this done, and then once it's all done, we can release the first alpha, the first 1.4 alpha of Tenacity, which is going to be kind of bare bones, but like we want to get some feedback. Like, hey, where should we go from this? You know, like how we want to like just do things. You know, or I mean, like what should we keep? What should we move? It's kind of going to be a very early alpha for us because we want to get plenty of feedback since it's basically a major, apart from the version of it, it can be, I guess, a pretty major release, really. It's a really leap forward. Like, we've just gotten years and years of development, and now we're finally catching up, and we're gonna catch up, stay caught up for a while, until maybe like Audacity 4 or something, because then that's basically the audio editor version of MuseScore. You take MuseScore except turn it into an audio editor. I mean, that's just my opinion. And it might be, excuse me, technically true, as they would basically just be using like, because I think it would actually be using shared components with MuseScore. Anyway, so eventually we want to migrate to Qt as well. It's a more powerful toolkit. Excuse me, but I at least want to contribute something to WX switches, but I don't know if I'll be able to get to do that. Hopefully, though. We'll see. Okay, back to this. Okay, so we're at, get, my tracks. I don't know how that got missed. The enable checksum. So then we get into the bit depth pref about the codec ID, format, bytes per sample, and if it's out interleaved or whatever. Support multiple tracks. I guess what it does is probably. Oh wow. We already have 4 people. That's actually the most I've ever gotten so far. I mean, at least in a while. I mean, I don't know. Thank you guys for watching. In case you don't know what I'm working on Tenacity, and we're gonna put the Matroska. We're gonna port the Matroska exporter to a new code base. One that's based off Audacity 3.7. It was originally 3.7.1, but I've kept up with updates and it's at 3.7.4. Although it may not look like it, but under the hood it is. And a bit of extra fixes too. So goody goody goody. We got stuff on bug fixes. Oh, and it looks like 2 dropped off. Oh man, I scared some people. I'm kidding. Well, maybe we get more viewers as we go and all that stuff. Let me see something quick actually. I'm turning the light on here as the sun sets and all that. So let's see. Okay, we gotta enable check some. Oh yeah. Okay, so then I think it finally initializes. Okay, so then we can do some initial encoder initialization. We do some metadata. We set some metadata because I know we have some. Okay, so because we got tags. If I want to use the Opus exporter for reference, does it? Well, it writes the tags, so you know what? If it writes tags, then I guess what we can do is write that tag metadata first, and then I guess I don't know, because if you go to write tags, it writes tags here, and that's during the initialization, and then we have an OGG packet, which is this thingy, and it actually does it right. Excuse me. So then. Okay, so then where are we at? Packet dot bytes. Just really, I guess. Just really actually is OGG packet, which is from OGG. So I guess it doesn't actually do any writing to the file or what, but I mean we just get the file set up and then I guess we get some like outdates and all that in a row or something. I mean, I don't know. I haven't actually probably have to like sit through it and try to process it all rather than just try to like reference it as we go or something. Because right here it basically just like collects all the parameters, creates the encoder. It looks, and just kind of like sets some encoder settings. Calculate some latency needed in header, and to flush the encoder. Latency is always in 48K encoded samples. Is safe. Okay. Resize the audio packet so it can contain all the raw data. Try to open the file for writing. Then it actually, because it does work on the context, I guess on an out file. But does it actually do like any file I/O during that point? Because I don't think it does. Because then you have like write, which I think it's just written into a buffer, not an actual file or what. Because you got, I think it's just standard copy, so it just actually writes it into a buffer, and I don't think it actually writes it to a file. I mean, you can create the file, but I don't think you actually do. You wouldn't want to like maybe excuse me. Let's see. That opens it, and then we do some writing, and then okay, so I guess we don't need to do a whole lot of things then. So then we just get the initialize, kind of collect some things. Does it actually? I assume it probably actually does do some writing to the file, doesn't it? So you know what? I guess we are going to end up rewriting this or something. So we have EBML. Let's look at the EBML source code then. EBML element to see if this does file I/O. So it does another window head, or it does a window head call. make render head, which is this thingy. Write fully. It's an IO callback. So write fully is what I call is write, which is write like it's I assume it's a Unix system call or something. Well, I mean I know it is, but like I'm assuming it's using the Unix system call or something like POSIX I should really say. I am familiar, it is indeed a POSIX system call, but like I want to also double check to make sure there's like no write. Oh, there is a write. Okay, so virtual. Oh, that's pure virtual, so it kind of. Okay, I just wanted to double check, you know. So it just calls write. But standard IO callback, which does it inherit? I think it doesn't. Okay, so I think it actually does some real file IO. So what we're just gonna do is okay, so I'm just gonna kind of yeah, let's not do any file IO. Let me actually I'm just gonna delete all this. So yeah, just set up the file, finally set up the mixer. Yeah, finally set up the mixer, and then you just mixer equals export. It's export plugin helpers. Create mixer. Okay, so we got the project. Do we need to save the project in the context? I mean, I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't here, and I don't assume you need a project otherwise. Selection only as well. Is it selection only? I guess. I mean, for this thing's reference, it's initialized, blah blah blah. Create mixer. Yeah, well, there is actually selection only. Okay then. So we do selection only, T0, T1. Oh, selected only. So then num out channels, output buffer size. I assume that we could just do channels. So if this thing is doing, say, just that, yeah, it's num channels. Or just do channels. Out buffer size. Okay, so this thing has just the frame size, I guess. I'm not very certain. It has out and relieved. Well, that depends. Oh, we have create mixer actually. So you know what? Oh, it's samples per one. And that's in the actual effect class. Export class, actually. Not effect. Export. So then you got create mix. Well. Plugin.h? Create mixer. So you got the. Okay, so this is. So what we need to do is we have. Okay. So this is just kind of our calculations. Bytes per sample. Okay, so that's actually going to be dependent on the format. Okay, so we need the codec ID. We need the format. Excuse me. Okay, so this is what we need. We need to add some stuff to the context field. So we need. Excuse me. Sample format, right? And then we have bytes per sample. bytes per sample. Bytes per sample, codec ID, and then out in the leave. I guess I can make that a standard string because constant char, I don't know how good that would be. And then finally bool out into leave. So okay, so then what we need to do, this is kind of what we need to decide with. So okay, I think that would go like right around here. So you know what, I'm just gonna take all this and then we're just gonna go ahead, here we go, just kind of fix up the indentation, I guess, and then just do that. The bit depth pref, more like I think it's the format ID, or the bit depth pref. Like up here for sure. Got the option IDs, and then you got MK options. Actually, I think you can like, what's it? Read up, like get export plugin help us get parameter value, I guess. And it's the MK option format ID. So what we're gonna do go ahead and do is oh no, we got, okay, no, it's actually there actually. Okay. Okay, so bit depth pref. Yeah, so I guess I think I forgot that we actually did have it. So context. Alright. Just and there we go. And then there's also num channels, which I guess should just be, fix that up. Then I think there should probably just be channels or something. Channels. I mean, we already got it saved, but we could just same value. Out buffer size, and then finally we can take a look at the output buffer size, which is like down here. Context.mixer, out buffer size, oh, that's gonna be like out buffer size is, I think, gonna be samples per one. And then out interleave is whatever out interleave is. Out rate is, I guess, whatever the sample rate is. So we give them the rate, and then sample format out format is whatever context.format. And then the mixer spec. Well, do we have a mixer spec? Which I think we should. Yeah, it looks like it should work. Cool. That is cool. That is awesome. Alright. And then I think that's basically it. I mean, we do write some things. But do we also like tags or something? Context.metadata, which you get project tags. But you do like, instead, there's like set metadata, which I don't know what exactly that would do. Set metadata. Oh. Okay, that actually is our own thing. Okay, so we're gonna need, oh, that's in tags, that's why. Okay, yeah, because we already got those utilities, so I thought that was like a member function or something. Sometimes it can get a bit confusing, unfortunately. Okay, so I think that's actually it for, I think that might be it, actually. Because the rest, I think, actually does set some things, but I think we can probably do that in the processing part. But we also kind of need that samples per one bit. So you know what? Let's actually modify the context once again and do like samples per one. It really shouldn't change, but the problem is that yeah, we don't have that luxury. Anyways, that's what samples. What is samples per one? Like its type. I assume it's like size T. Samples per one. Nope. Boom, boom. Alright. Because this thingamabob. Well, actually, no. What we can do. Doesn't work and it's not necessary. I'm gonna exclude that then. I think what we ought to do is just probably like, I'll try to follow that once we all got that. But we got set metadata. We got. I think we can probably pull that out. I mean, what's what we do? We got previous tag, but we actually got tags. So you know what? Maybe we just, I don't know. Should we set the metadata here? What does this thing do? Proof preferences, set stuff based on them, verify sample rate. Put ID3 tags. Okay, so metadata, if it's null, then just go ahead and get the tags. Open file for writing. Context out file open. So do we actually like? I guess we do work on some like ID3 tags or whatever. The ID3 buffer. Okay, and then you create the mix. That's like one of the last things. But then it's the ID3 buffer that. Oh, there's add tags. So you know what? Oh. Okay. So maybe we should do that as well. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so ultimately, yeah, I think what we can just do is if this is actually if this actually does any writing or such, it might actually just be all entirely to a buffer. But you know what? Maybe so as well. But I also don't exactly know if this is all just entirely buffer as well. But like, I don't see any files being set up here. So you know what? There's a file segment. Okay, so let's see. Let's actually try this from the top again. We got file head. I'll just then do this. Excuse me, sorry. Alright. So then, I mean, that's kind of part of it. Just getting preferences and setting those up. Then next we can set up the file for export. Let's get all this here. Oh, we actually do some rendering, it looks like. But you know what? I guess so. I guess we're just gonna have to deal with that or something. Alright, so then okay, so it gets rendered to a file. Because I don't think we can render to a buffer here or something. Because otherwise, I guess what we can try to do is, let's see. So because I don't think this, in comparison, does necessarily any field writing. Excuse me. Or necessarily any like file I/O. So you know what? Because when you go to process, let's see. MP3 export processor there, it of course does actual like processing. Oh, we got 5 views. Welcome. I'm trying to figure out some things at the moment, and I'm kind of debating if I should put this code here in the member function initialize or process. For context, I am working on Tenacity. Oh, and then it's kind of funny just how I can get up to like, oh hey, that's a new high, and then all of a sudden at some random point everyone just drops off. I mean, I don't exactly know if it's maybe necessarily the stream settings or what, but like, wait, am I flickering? You know what? I mean, can I still change the broadcast settings actually? I might need to do that. If it's just any like, shoot. Let me see if I can. I might want to change the broadcast settings because ultra low might be a bit unstable, I guess. I mean, it was working, but I don't know how well the experience is. So let's actually go ahead.
And let's just go ahead and get this all up real quick. Okay, so where's Studio? YouTube Studio. I don't know if it's possible if I can change it after the fact. But let's see. Content live. I know I'm live streaming this way now, but can I somehow? I don't know. I don't think I can. I'll go ahead and keep that in mind next time, that it's probably not the best. Oh, view and live control room. Can I modify this? I cannot. Okay, does not support 1440p. Okay. I don't want to restart the stream, so okay. I'm just kind of viewing everything right now. So you know what? What I'm gonna do is just kind of place this aside, and boop, it's in another virtual desktop. So, alright, so we're back. Okay, yeah, noted. Yeah, I don't know if this should go in initialize, because I assume you probably don't want to do any file writing in initialize, and this appears that it is doing some file I/O, so I don't necessarily want to do it. So if we could just get rid of it. I mean, it does handle metadata. It doesn't. Yeah, I guess what we'll just go ahead and do is that'll be safe to process. Though the problem is that, well, we're not doing anything with the tags. So you know what? Because this, do we need to save the tags or something? Because if we go to initialize, and if we go to like tags, or like, because it's constant tags metadata equals that, blah blah blah. Listen. Then I guess you got context.id3 length, and then you got the actual ID3 buffer. Well, here, because, okay, so we got metadata. Okay, so if it's no pointer, then you can just get it, blah blah blah. I guess we're gonna have to actually save the tags and do it for later, because it does some file I/O. I don't know. I guess I'll leave it as a to-do item or something. I'm just gonna go do constant tags. I'll match this as metadata as well. Yeah, so basically what we're just gonna do, if metadata equals null pointer,
metadata equals okay, yeah, and tags get project. Alright, so then well, actually no, we just do context metadata equals well, actually it's just a reference, I think. So then what we do is just we reference it, I guess. We'll like, because this is not, well, let's make it a pointer actually. No, it's gonna be initialized, maybe one of these days though. This is more or less a to-do at the current moment. Assigning tags from constant tags or to. Oh, is this a constant? Oh. Well, then no worries, because we can easily fix that. Boom. There we go. All fixed. So at least, well, yeah, at least like you can't really change anything like the content itself or whatever. But I mean, whatever. C++ semantics. So, okay, I think that's probably just all there is to it. This should build it. I am curious to see how it runs. We're not done, obviously. I'm not too sure if I should put. I'm just gonna do all the metadata processing in process. This is probably a bad idea, you know. I have a feeling this is probably gonna lead to a crash somewhere because this will have outlived its usefulness or something, and then it'll now be invalid or something, and then I don't know. I feel like there could be some like situation where that happens or something, and then I am forced to put the processing there, but it'd be file IO, and I don't exactly know if you want to. Oh, why did it fail? Invalid application of size of to like size of context.mix. Oh, because it doesn't understand mixer. So I guess okay. Food mix. So then that should work. Okay, so let's see what happens. I'm just curious. Maybe we should actually write the file now. So if we're to do generate noise, if we're to generate some noise, and then if I'm to go to file, export audio, and then we're gonna go to documents, tenacity tests. Yeah, that works. Tenacity tests, and then we do Matroska files, right? So then we got tests untitled.mka. Well, let's say the entire project, right? Why not? Do it, and it fails, but I'm curious if it actually writes the file. Documents, tenacity tests, untitled dot. There's no untitled.nka. Just to double check. Because also we should be returning true, right? So let's see. Are you called from here? Maybe. Let's see. I'm just curious to see and further understand this. B export mk.this. 464. No. Sure. I don't know exactly what that about that. I guess those characters that showed up or whatever. Noise generate. Oh, is it even enabled or something? Oh no, it is enabled if it's showing up. The only one that's disabled that I know is, well, that's disabled. Yeah, that's okay. That's enabled. File export audio untitled dot mka. Documents tenacity tests. Alright, cool. Save. Export. So it doesn't seem to have really worked or anything. I guess. Okay, so alright, let's actually try this again though. See if it actually gets to initialize. So it actually, oh, what? Okay, so it actually does. We do that. That was selected. Blah blah blah. Max sample frames. So then we create the mixer, and then we return true. So it looks like we skip that. But I don't know. I don't know if it even deletes the file either. That could be what it's doing too. Okay. Well, I guess it's incomplete anyway. So you know what? Let's get to the actual writing, which hopefully is not much left. Again, that's just only one part of it. The actual process is just like return canceled. Now we could say export result. Let's assume it was successful. Let's actually yeah, we could do that. Run it on the VS Code actually. Except, well, I don't really think I need to be doing much. And then we can do entire project. Matroska. Documents, tenacity tests, untitled dot whatever. So it looks to have worked, and it does, in fact, it has in fact worked. Hello, how's it going? I apologize if I am late for your message, but hope all's going good. All right, so okay, that was the reason why. Basically, it's just a cancel. It's like, oh, then just delete it. But now it's successful. It leaves it. Okay. Cool. I mean, technically, it canceled was correct, but you know what? Meh. Okay, well, that's all I just wanted, and it's one step. It actually creates a file. I mean, we don't do any file I/O. I mean, because, I mean, I don't think all the others do either. Unless they do. You know what? Let's actually experiment with this. When the processor return export result success. Let's assume it's successful. Just disobey everything, right? Let's do a little fun test. Oh, 1 second real quick. Let me actually kind of I don't want you to see my files. I mean, y'all have seen, I think I should really figure this out. We don't need that untitled.mp3 anymore, so okay. Yeah, we're cool now. Alright. So now the mp3 exporter is intentionally borked. That's again intentional. So I forget I could just keep doing this shortcut. Now it's actually gonna be mp3 files. So it's mp3, untitled.mp3, same as before because it succeeded last time. And successful. Why? It didn't do anything. Aha! So there's absolutely no file I/O going on, because otherwise it would have had a few bytes. So there's absolutely, I stand correct. There was no file I/O going on. Okay. Now let's unbork the MP3 exporter, because there was absolutely no reason to do that except for experimentation. Alright, so let's just get to finishing this off, and then we get to testing it. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, where do we start? Wait. I don't even... Do we have to get the tracks ourselves, actually? Oh, Tenacity's still running. Close out that. Do we need to get the tracks ourselves? Well, the tracks are provided, I guess. Because that's how tracks. Oh, unless it's not actual, like... Tracks, well, whatever tracks are selected, I guess. But then where's that coming from? Is we got my tracks, but then we got tracklist get. Which, okay, so, oh, we already got, oh, do we need track lists? Okay, because we already got samples. Okay, so let's actually kind of just, let's minimize some of these things. Minimize that because we don't really need it. And then let's, also minimize this, I suppose, because we're done with it now. So, yeah, let's just get going. So let's do like a little try block, and then we kind of just catch, COT, error, we can actually throw an export, error exception, I guess. Okay, so export error exception though, but like, okay, we have many export errors are essentially anonymous and are distinguished only by an error code number rather than just repeat the code we have it just once. Okay. You got an export exception, and then you got the actual error exception, I guess. And you get help page ID and message. I just say throw an export exception. I think that should work. Then you have the delegate. I'm gonna set status string, but like throw export exception. Just say libby vml error catch constant standard bad outlock. That is a memory exception. Export exception. Memory error. Memory allocation error. Likely, if you get that exception, you're likely running out of memory at that point. Okay, so let's throw all this in a try block. So, now it's just piecing together the final bits. I guess once you understand it all, I mean, for the export interface, it kind of comes together. So we got my tracks. Actually, let's even go before that, because I know we have to get the tracks. We get the track list. Got track list. Do we even need that though? Oh, we got import AUP. That's really all just the import stuff. So I don't know why we need a track list. I don't know, maybe we don't need it, actually. Because of those, we get the ones that are selected, and then we just kind of get from that range, just get the track name, I guess. Its track name is whatever the track is, get name. And then good morning to you too. Well, I should say really good night because it's kind of night here. But how you doing? I think I also ought to be taking a shower soon, and I'll probably stop the stream at about like 9. Because I gotta take a shower. I usually take a shower at 8, but I've been streaming, and no one likes a sweaty gamer, you know. I'm kidding. I guess there are actually awesome people that like them. I'm not gonna get technical. I've already said too much. I mean, I don't like women sweaty. It's disgusting. Anyways, okay, yeah. So this is what we got. This is really just where I just like, I think this code goes like here or something. And then I mess around with it, and then like, oh, I'm doing also just fine as well. Thanks for asking. Just kind of trying to piece things together. We don't need this. Oh, okay. Do we really need the tracks? Not all the other exporters use it. Oh wow. And time differences. Well, at least I'm able to watch this in the morning. Not like real early in the morning. I think that's a good time in the morning to be watching this at. Let's see. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure this out, sorry. Okay, so what we do is basically we just get the track name, I guess. And if it's an empty name, well, just go ahead and and if it's not the default, if it's not empty and if it's not the default name, well, that's the track name, you know. So we just named the track after it. Yep, I'm mucking on Tenacity again. We're finally gonna get this bit of the exporter done. Dude, none of these other exporters, I think, actually deal with a track name. I think this Matroska exporter is just gonna have to be unique because whatever, you know what? Let's proceed. If anyone raises objection or something, we'll figure it out. MKA file. Oh, but we need the. Okay, well this is gonna be unique because I think it's the only one that, you know. Is it available as a flat pack? Yes, it is actually. Let me show you the version I have installed is actually the flat pack version. That's what we ship to you directly. Like, we are the ones who package it as well. Like, we set up the environment for you. We provided all that. It's an official build, and yeah, proof that this is flat pack. Oh wait, I didn't even realize this was actually sizable. What? No, I didn't realize that. What the heck? Whoa. Yeah, I might actually want to change that maybe. Yeah, yeah, so it's available as a flat pack. Tenacity really uses WX switches under the hood, and they have a GTK port, for WX widgets, so it's GTK based, really. I'm surprised G-Stream is even there. So it's QuickTime. I thought we got rid of them or something. Or Upstream did. Whatever. Yeah, but yeah, it's Tenacity is available as a flat pack. Though you might find it good enough for your use, but it kind of does depend. But anyways, okay, so we need to save the project. Are we given a project and initialize? Yes, we are. Okay. I'm not very sure how we can save the project, perhaps. Oh, nice. I mean, I've been trying to prefer Flatpaks too, but the problem is I just always end up using a native package. Sometimes, I mean, I'm disorganized basically. It's not necessarily. Sometimes it's easier to just get started with a native package in my experiences, but I also like Flatpak as well, and I'm trying to learn a bit of more, get actually a little bit more into it. Is I guess what you can say, and especially as a developer, like it allows. It's an easy way to just, you can kind of just directly ship your program, you know, and you don't have to worry about the different environments that the different distros, you know, may have. Like, you just can focus on a single environment, and yeah, one environment you just need to target, and it's easy. It's also in the sandbox. I like it, in my opinion. Oh, and that's also, yes, a little note. I guess technically we're out of date with our WX widgets version. And it's kind of like a web app, I guess. If that's how if you're thinking that's the way you can just kind of, I guess, how Flatpak packaging works. I mean, Tenacity's in no way a web app, but hold up a sec. Yeah, I'm gonna need to take a shower soon, but I'll give it like a few more minutes. But yeah, so ultimately, okay, wait, yeah. So, I mean, there might not be left much to do, but you know what, though, how should we save the project? Should we just kind of like, I don't want to use a pointer, I guess. Oh yeah, then that makes sense. Then I figured as much, but I just wasn't too sure. But yeah, that's, yeah, you can. It really is like web app packaging. I don't really work on web apps. Do I really want to create a shared pointer, or should it be a weak pointer? And I know I wish it could be a reference, but I can't. And I don't necessarily, because that points to something. Well, this references something. Great. How in the hell? Okay. We may just have to leave out, I guess, the track name metadata for this, unless there's a way. Oh, no, I got an idea actually. Okay, no, this is just for a single track. Well, it's my track and then my track 1 audio is the actual my track 1 audio, I guess. That's kind of just like a little bit. Okay, so you got the track type, which is track type audio. You gotta, it generates a UUID for it, and then you got milliseconds per frame. Is a default duration, whatever. But it also gets the name, so you know what? I think, oh, it doesn't even iterate. I think it just gets like the first. But you know what? That's actually, okay, I got a solution for this actually. Standard string track name. To do multiple tracks, no worries. We can, I might actually go ahead and deal with that actually. I might go ahead and figure that out. Okay. So you know what? We do this again. I'll start from like scratch. So we're gonna like extract the track name. So then we're just gonna take this a little bit here because we have a project. So, oh, what the, okay. So then set up, because we do some metadata and all that stuff. I don't exactly know. I mean, we saved metadata. I don't exactly. We set metadata. Okay. So then what we do, we give it something like that. Do a little something like that. Auto tracks equals track list get project. So then we got tracks. Why is this? What? Oh, do I gotta reference it? Okay, cool. Track list, wave tracks, track selected. Then we do begin, and if it's so, this is not okay. That's a track iterator. Could we just like what? In track iterator, wait. So then, is it? I guess it wants the wave track definition then. Wave track.h. And then we just go all the way down here. We do. Okay, so that's changed. I think it's probably something different. I don't exactly know, like default audio track name. This is long name basically. Okay, so it's actually just a long name. Okay, so then okay, we don't have my track 1, but like actually no, we don't need to do that. So then we do context.track name. There you go. That works. And so then we can just continue on with the rest. What keyboard am I using? It's nothing much. It's just an HP keyboard, an old HP keyboard. It came with like a computer we got, an HP A1710N, along with a mouse also, but the mouse is unfortunately long gone because it doesn't work anymore, or it stopped working a long time ago. But this keyboard still works magnificently. Except I kind of accidentally and have unfortunately broken one of the little things, which sucks. Yeah, it's just like this. I don't know the model name or what. It's definitely membrane. It's not mechanical. It has to be membrane. I don't think it's mechanical, unfortunately. I would like to try like a Model M keyboard, except also it'd be probably loud AF. But yeah. Excuse me. Alright, back to where we were, because this is most of these I'm now starting to realize are like metadata or something like that, which is okay. I mean, this is kind of XML like, really, when you really think about it. Let's actually get all this stuff, just kind of copy and paste it, and this is just gonna be it before. So, and then we're gonna go through this. We're just gonna do this like section by section. Alright. Context.mka file. Well, it's actually a pointer. I'm gonna have to do that. Well, I mean, I don't really think... I'm not really an expert on keyboards. I do have my doubts, and I don't think it's mechanical. But it is suddenly loud, but like... I think it's... I still think it's membrane. I don't really think that... Oh, wait a minute. Please let me be right about the little track situation. You don't need like a track list to create a mixer anymore, and we've already created it. That's not it. Okay, okay, so then we get okay, in our track list. Okay, so that's what we need to then figure out, is also to get the label tracks as well. You know what? And that'll be like our track range for label tracks, because we need that. So, well, it's 9 o'clock, unfortunately. So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna probably just wrap up this stream, unfortunately. I gotta go take a shower, and I'll call it like a night. But actually, you know what? When this is all done, maybe next time I'll go on stream and like I guess I don't know. I'll probably finish up the West not on stream because it should just be easy. But ultimately, yeah, I'm gonna just wrap it up for right now. For all those that came and watched tonight, I want to say do you have any Discord or something? Unfortunately, we don't have a Discord, but we actually do have like a Matrix. Let me actually. That's the best we got. I mean, we definitely prefer Matrix and like open source stuff, just cause like, you know, open. Awesome. Let me get the room for you. Actually, I don't know exactly know where the link to the room may actually be. Wait. Actually, wait, no. Hold up a sec. Okay, I think I got a room address. Let me just go over to the chat here real quick. Well, I just got a room address, but that works. You can go ahead and join us. I don't have an exact link, but you know what? The room address works. Yes, there's a reason why it's called Tenacity 2, because I think already existed like Tenacity, and I think that used to be bridged or something. But I mean, the bridge got taken down, and this really only. I guess there really isn't much anyone else in the room. I mean, it's really only on IOC, which, you know. Hold up a sec, let me read it. I'm gonna read it on here. Normally. Yeah, I guess we're kind of different, really. So, I mean, I'm trying to keep everything free and open source. Although the one exception was kind of just Reddit, except that was an unofficial community, but I used to. A little quick story. There's our Tenacity audio on Reddit. That's unofficial, by the way, but I have been posting there. That's me. Kind of just like some updates and all that stuff. The problem is I don't exactly know what happened, but they went private. I've messaged the mods and unfortunately nothing else. Well, I mean, they haven't responded, and I mean, I sent the initial request to post something. They haven't responded to that, and then I also sent them a message saying, hey, I'm willing to take the community over, you know, because I'm an official, like, project member. Also haven't responded. I also know that there's, our Reddit request or something in which I can take over the sub and as a last means of resort. Problem is that, I don't have enough karma, and I don't know if I ever gain enough karma. That's it. I only got 19... Apparently I only have like 19 post karma and 28 comment karma. I don't exactly know why. Oh, I did comment this also. Looks like no one was replied to it yet, but we'll see. Yeah. Neat too. I also see that you also prefer Foster whenever possible. Most certainly, yeah. But I mean, also. We do have like a Lemmy community discussion, which is at Tenacity, at programming. I'll give you a link actually. It's just Tenacity. It used to be, I guess, like Tenacity Audio or whatever. But then lem.ee. I mean the previous instance it was on just they announced they were shutting down, and then I just only recently got it to, but here's our Lemmy community in chat. So there we go. You can visit that, save it. Yeah. So I'm gonna just like call it. I think that's all it. I'm just gonna call it a night. Call it a day, also, depending on where you're at, or even an afternoon. I'm gonna just call it, basically. I'll get this suited up. I just gotta go take a shower now, and I also kind of have to use the bathroom. So, yeah, thank you for all who have, joined tonight. Oh, do I really need it? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have to really figure out a way to just kind of, like, set up the metadata. Yeah, you know what? This is actually gonna require a bit more thought than previously anticipated. So you know what? I think we're gonna figure out how to do this in memory first, and we get the metadata set up in memory. Then we go on to process, and then we just go ahead and write it, or something like that. Anyways, but for all those that came tonight, I just want to say thank you. Yeah, I'll see you next time. Again, don't know when that'll be, but once again, thank you for coming out. And here's to getting Tenacity 1.4 Alpha 1 out. Which, a little quick note before I go. I guess I am stalling for time. Just the Matroska exporter and the dynamic compressor are all that we really need before I go ahead and merge the rebase manager back onto main. And then regular development will continue. So this I'm trying to tackle, and I think I'm nearly finished with it. And then finally the dynamic compressor. Honestly, I'm dreading that one because the effects interface in the latest version of Audacity has changed. It's like completely different now, basically, or almost completely different. So yeah, once again, thank you for coming out tonight, and I will see you guys next time. Have a great day, night, afternoon. Have a great time wherever you are, basically. And I'll see you next time. Thank you for coming, and see you next time. Bye.